One of the most exciting times in your life is when you get your first car. And what I want to share with you this morning is if you were giving an opportunity to pick any car you would like, your favorite car, your favorite color, with all the options. As soon as you got your license, let's just say this is a pretend scenario. As soon as you get your license, you can pick any car that you want. The catch is, that is the only car that you will get in your entire lifetime. And so you have to be very conscious on how you take care of the car, how you drive the car, because it's the only one you're getting. Well, that is a make-believe scenario for most people. Most people will have many cars throughout their lifetime. But you will only get one body. You only get one mind. So you should start to take care of your body and your mind like it's the only one you're getting, because it is. That's a quote or a saying that Warren Buffett had shared, and it always stuck with me. And there's different seasons of life, when you treat your body different ways. But when you become mature and when you try to live your best life, you have to remember that. And I'm starting this video off that way because this video is dedicated to my Patreon, I Love to Drive, aka Yvette. And I asked her, because as a Patreon, you can request personalized videos, you can private message me. And so I asked her, for this month, what would you like me to touch on? And so she wrote me a private message. And she said, could you touch on obesity, toxic foods, toxic relationships, and how to stay positive, how to, avoid unhealthy relationships and traveling abroad, whether it's doing Uber or something else. So, to summarize her message, in general speaking terms, the first part of the message was address a toxic situation. First, with your body, okay? Because this woman, Yvette, she just has recovered from surgery, from dealing with physical pain. When will you get your health together? When you have a choice to make, do you want to suffer through physical pain, or do you want to push yourself to eat healthier and to move daily? It's tough to break habits. My family on my mother's side all struggled with obesity. My aunt died of obesity. My mom has sugar diabetes. I struggled with obesity at certain parts of my life. I've always been wide. I've always had a wide frame. And so I also, though, got very anorexic, or very, like 150 pounds for my body frame is very skinny. So, but I didn't get my health together until I started feeling physical pain. In my early 30s, I started to work out, but not change my diet, and I pinched a nerve in my chest in the gym. And it caused my entire nervous system to go out of whack for about a year and a half. So when it comes to obesity, the first thing you always have to realize is that 80% of your weight management and health is what you eat. The food you ingest feeds your cells, and there's no way around that. Only 20 to 10% is, walking or working out. And that's mainly for your mental health. Yes, it has physical benefits, but it's for your mental health, but you only get one mind too. And she has to, on that vein, she has to touch on society and how, like, corporations run food companies and sell us a lot of bad stuff at times. And that's true. Look, most major food manufacturers, they are publicly traded company. And there is one purpose in capitalism when you're a company. And that one purpose is to create a profit for your shareholders. That's it. There's no moral responsibility. Obviously you can't kill someone, but look, cigarettes are legal. They kill people. Sugar in high doses will kill you. So you have to, at some point, own your life as an adult, take responsibility for your life, and say, look, the government may give some guidelines, which is good. They may have the nutritional values mandated that companies have to put on it, but it's your job as an adult, not the government, not the corporation. It's your job as an adult, like it or not, to read the food labels, to understand nutrition, and to own your life, period. And it took me a while to do it because I grew up on fast food. My mom was a single mother raising 3 kids. My father was around, so I don't want to discredit him. But, we only saw him on the weekends or here and there. And, my mom worked 2 jobs, okay, and raised 3 kids. So, when she came home, she always fed us, always took great care of us, but we were always eating fast food. And when I was young, I was thankful for it because it's great to have McDonald's and Wendy's and, fried chicken. When you're young, you love all that. And I've often shared, look, I used to be able to eat a bucket of fried chicken and play a full court basketball game. If I eat a bucket of fried chicken now, I can barely wobble my big ass to Starbucks. So as you get older, health is more important, okay? Because your body wears down. Like when you have a car and it only has 10 miles on it, you can just keep driving that thing rough. But if your car has over 100,000 miles on it, you have to be more conscious on how you drive it and how you take care of it. And you're only getting one body, one mind. What you eat, the food you ingest, affects your physical body and also your mental health because your mind is in your body, so it all is connected, okay? So in general, that's how I would touch on obesity, nutrition, and health. And then she goes on to, say the benefits of a plant-based diet. Now, I've adopted a plant-based diet. I used to be a strict vegetarian, then like a vegan almost. But I just believe at this point in my journey, a 90% plant-based diet is wisdom. 10% of the time you want to eat fish or some type of meat. Give yourself some flexibility so you're not so strict that you go AWOL, that you go crazy. Same thing with religion or anything else. Always give yourself some room to change your mind, to adjust, to not be caught in dogma, okay? But I do believe, look, a plant-based body is food that's better for you. You'll feel better after you eat it. Don't just take my word. And nowadays in society, society is gravitating toward more health-conscious options and more to choose from. So if you take the initiative and, go a little bit further in reading the labels and going to stores that have healthy food, you can make the transition to a healthier lifestyle. And then she goes, can you touch on how your body has the capacity to heal itself through sleep, rest, hobbies, connections with friends, even cyber? So definitely, your body has great capacity to heal itself. The first way your body heals itself is sleep. Every day, you should be sleeping. The average adult should get 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night. When you sleep, your muscle tissues heal and grow. Your immune system fights off bacteria. Sleeping is one of the major parts of a healthy lifestyle, 6 to 8 hours per night for the average adult. Lack of sleep is actually a torture technique in the army, sleep deprivation, because it will make your physical body shut down and it will make your mind have delusionary thoughts. So sleep is absolutely a priority in a healthy lifestyle. Hobbies, doing something you love creatively, whether it's painting, music, videos, playing a sport, something, walking on the beach, something that makes you have a level of inspiration. Listening to music, that could be a hobby. Something that tugs at your creative juices, your imaginary mind. Walt Disney created Disney World from the imagination. Okay, his hobby, his place of intrigue, his place of imagination. So tap into that. That's part of, what'll help you fulfill your destiny. And I do believe in a level of connection with friends. I have a couple people I call. I don't hang out really with anybody. And I do use social media, just YouTube now. I've shut down other social media platforms. YouTube as a medium, as a way to connect with like-minded people, and which she kind of alludes to next, if they're not healthy for me, if they're toxic, I just block them. Because even though I joke around a lot on this live feed that I want to retire early, I want to be financially independent, I block people off YouTube. Why? I have no financial reason to, because I make more money if people watch, no matter who they are, troll or not. But I don't want to sacrifice my health and my well-being, okay, I'm not going to sell my soul for money. I'm going to go after money, I'm going to work hard, but I'm not going to hurt, manipulate others or myself, okay? So friends and family need boundaries, okay? And that's what separates healthy relationships from toxic relationships. Friends or family need to accept you and you need to accept them. If they don't, you need to cut them off. How do you cut them off? You change your number. You can try a little bit before that, but when it gets to a certain point where you feel it's unhealthy, you change your number, you only give it to people you love and trust, and you keep doing that until you eliminate all the bad people in your life. and you block anyone that's unhealthy for you in social media. And then she continues to go on that she says, does traveling basically help to broaden your horizon? As she does with Uber. She does like Uber, which I did DoorDash, and I think that's a great venture. It's a little bit tough to make a full-time living off DoorDash or Uber because they're basically maxed out at $15 per hour. But when you're making nothing, that's better than anything. And if you have another supplemental income in addition to that, you can really live a great life. So traveling definitely expands your perspective because you see different cultures, you see different environments, you see different mindsets. You know, Malcolm X had that great quote that basically he said in the later part of his life, his mind and his perspective became a lot less rigid when he saw other people in his faith and not in his faith, and he traveled abroad. Traveling knocks down prejudice, barriers. You know, you're still going to meet nasty people no matter where you go, okay? But you're also going to meet some decent people, and you're also going to see some new things. Don't get stuck in your 30 or 60 mile radius. You'll never have a broad, rich perspective on life. So, you know, that touches on that. And then she basically goes, she's finally living her best life. Thumbs up to you, Yvette. And controlling her environment, that's key, by call block. You control your environment. Like, you know, when it's rainy or snowy or extra hot, you don't control that, right? That's Mother's nature. But your life, your friends, your food, your circumstance, to a certain degree, you control. Like, there's climate control in your house or car. In your life, you have life control. And it's about blocking. It's about deleting. That's what she said. She uses call block. Because I'm sure she's got a couple of people that it's tough, just like I had went through, it's tough to keep them out of your life. But you have to, for your own well-being. And just how do you continue to stay focused? You continue to stay focused by taking life one day at a time. Life is meant to be lived one day at a time. And life is meant to be lived forward, not backwards. We have to let go of yesterday. So just remember, one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. That is how you sustain your best life. And for the most part, I believe I covered the heart of her private message on Patreon. And Yvette, I thank you again for being my Patreon. I thank you for appreciating me. And at any time you want to move forward with your life, you move forward. Just remember, you don't owe me anything. You don't owe anybody anything. I want everyone to live their best life in freedom. And I want everyone to have the ability to change their mind. I want people to have freedom, flexibility, no control, no manipulation. Okay? Because control and manipulation is part of a toxic environment. And it's your job to climate control your life. You can create an environment that's healthy, that's inspiring, that's nurturing. And I know this world could be nasty. So I know there's some things outside of our control. But to live your best life, you have to focus on what you can control and push forward one day at a time. Peace and love.